Good evening. This is Allcorrect Gamedev Show. My name is Evgeny.
And I'm Anastasia.
And with us tonight, Emre Güzel, professional game developer. Hello, Emre.
Yes, hello guys. Today I'm the guest and I'm hoping to share my experience with you guys. Yeah.
Great. Welcome. So let's start with the first question. Could you please tell us what was the first computer or video game you played?
Well, that's kind of interesting actually. The first computer that I had didn't actually have Windows on it. Mm-hmm. It had the DOS operating system. I'm not sure if you know what it is, but
of course. I mean, my first computer also didn't have any Windows or like any other operation system. I used what is called Norton Commander.
Yeah. In DOS, you can basically only play scuffed games like those pixelated stuff and the old emulator games. The first one that I played was, I think, it was called the Prince. I think it was
Prince of Persia.
Yeah, it was the earliest version of the Prince of Persia. Well, it was a simple game, but it was the first game that I played that had a story.
Yeah, actually, I will also play this game, Prince of Persia, but I played it on a like Chinese clone of a Famicom system, which was widely popular, and it was there, and it had this kind of very simplified gameplay compared to the computer version. So when I learned that Prince of Persia was also available on PC, I was like very surprised because it had this. For example, you could push a certain button to draw a sword, which you couldn't actually when you were playing on the Famicom clone, because only when you approached an enemy, then the sword was drawn automatically, and that was kind of simplification that was like not very convenient, but well.
Yeah, when I got my first computer that had Windows in it, the first thing that I played was actually the Diablo 2. Yeah, that game blew my mind. You can't even imagine. Yeah. Like I'm saying, I played those games in my entire youth. I played a game called Digger. I played Operation Wolf. I played something called Prince. Yeah, again, Prince. But when I got Windows, my brother actually installed Diablo 2 in my computer. And I was mind blown. I was like, what is this? It was the first time that I met with the concept of cinematics. Can you even imagine? Like I was playing those games all day long, and then I have seen a cinematic, and it gave me a certain kind of a feeling that I felt like I should play this game the rest of my life.
Yeah, Blizzard guys are very good at cinematics.
All the Blizzard, man.
Yeah. So have you tried this resurrected version that was out in 2021 or something? Have you tried it?
Yes, I have actually. The graphics got better, but as I said, it was what made Diablo 2 really good was at those times there were no other games that was like Diablo at the time. So today Resurrected is really good, but it doesn't it doesn't give the same feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you have to be like 20 years younger to get the same experience.
No, I guess experience just depends. Everything is better when you're a kid.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so surprise, you can't feel that, you can't experience the same thing when you're an adult.
Every game is a hit when you're young, but you're a kid.
Yeah. And now we're moving on to like what you're doing now. So what kind of company do you want to build?
My vision is, I'm going to get back to the Diablo 2. When I said that made me feel in a certain way, right? I want the players that are playing our games to feel the same way, in a sense. My main motivation is to put a smile on the player's face. Yeah, that's my main motivation when building the company. But building a company is entirely different than making a game, right? There are lots of other concerns are coming in, like having lots of financial issues. You have a concern on what the community will be thinking about your company as well. So it is it's something entirely different with making a game, but mainly I would love to be focusing on making good games.
Yeah, sure. I mean, makes perfect sense. But as you said, it's like a lot of stuff, not only making the game itself, but administrative stuff and boring stuff and financial things. So, do you have any companies that you're looking up to? Like, what influenced you?
Well, to be fair, the second game that blew my mind was the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. The Bethesda is making an incredible job on the thing that I'm trying to achieve. I'm kind of influenced by them. They made incredible games. They have multiple studios. They're building immense games. They're working with ID, the Doom, the Wolfenstein, Quake. ZeniMax Studios made an incredible MMORPG called The Elder Scrolls Online, and etc. Yeah.
Well, by the way, what do you think about Starfield? I mean, their latest release. I mean, it received definitely a lot of hate, but what do you think about it?
Well, it took a lot of hate. I'm seeing it. The people didn't give the credits that the game was deserving. I think it is kind of underrated. I believe that the game is actually really, really good. But yeah, this is how community works, right? So you are making thousands, a small software engineer army. You're making them work to build an incredible game, and then you do not get any appreciation. That is kind of sad. But I believe the game is incredible.
Yeah. It's really nice. I agree. Okay, what was this moment when you decided to venture into a startup? I mean, did you just wake up and...
Yeah, the idea came to your mind. You're like, yeah, tired of all of this. I want to move. I don't want to work for someone else now. I want to be my own.
It actually comes with a spark. When I was talking to one of my friends, he told me that making games is not that fun. And I told the otherwise. And then we thought about an idea that we thought that what would be the best thing to create, like in a utopia. Let's imagine a game where every single individual would like. Then we told each other, why not? Let's make it. We met in a conference, and then we thought about an idea. It always starts with an idea, and then we started doing it. Yeah, that's basically it.
Right. So the idea was pretty much same for both of you. You like shared, or is it only the vision that you shared that like we want to create a game that puts a smile on our player's face? Or was the vision of the game like the plot, the lore, the how it looks like? Was it also same for you?
Yes, it actually increased progressively. It was a really simple idea. The thing is, I wanted to make a Diablo-like game, a top-down RPG.
Yeah.
And we have merged it with my friend's storyline. The narration is really important, and he actually presented his idea to me for straight 4 hours, and I really enjoyed it. Then I told myself that if we could merge that idea with my gameplay mechanics, we could create something that would satisfy us, let's say.
Right. I mean, sounds impressive.
Absolutely.
So there are 3 of you in the team. This we know from before. So could you please expand a bit more on how you met? And like at what point, you already touched that a little bit, but at what point you decided to create a project together?
We were actually complaining. We were in a conference with one of my friends. It was a gaming conference, and we were actually complaining about what we were seeing. People were considerably thinking about the money, as far as we saw, and we told ourselves that this shouldn't be the way, and I think our mindsets are aligning a lot about that. So we have decided to show the otherwise to the rest of the ecosystem, the gaming ecosystem. Yeah, that was the spark, and after that, we have found our third member in actually one of the online communities. He was actually complaining a lot as well. We're kind of a three guys, three random dudes that got along and didn't like what's been going, and we basically want to make a change in
Right.
So the first step towards the game of your dreams is to start complaining.
To be toxic.
Yes, because it shouldn't be the motive, right? You should be. People needs to enjoy the games. But as far as I'm saying, I hate in-app purchases, for instance. Personally, I don't like them because it progressively decreases the amount of enjoyment that the player is having. This is one of the little things in a large ocean. Basically, there are lots of little things that makes games predictable and boring, and we want players to have fun. That's our dream. Yeah.
Right. Just a little question here. When did this happen? Like, when did you guys meet and gather all together? Was it like a long time before? Was it like a year ago?
It's actually pretty recent. I think it was like 6 to 8 months ago.
Oh,
yeah. It's pretty recent, but things got really intense really fast. Yeah.
Right. I guess because you're thinking the same. That's why. Yeah, but have you tried working on something together already? Or is it like, how does your process go?
We actually knew each other well at the point after we met. Like in 2 weeks, we basically learned each other's lives in its entirety. And then we have talked about, we were really strict actually. We were talking about our visions. We were talking about what we would like to achieve. And as far as we saw that we were aligning at that point, we started doing a project, and then and we are keep doing it. Yeah.
Good.
Right.
What is the current role distribution among you?
We are basically jack of all trades. Everyone is
one of you.
Yes, everyone is taking a single side of the development. One of our members is doing the level design, the story, and the art side of the things. He is making the art decisions, and I'm basically mostly coding and writing the mechanics. And one of our members is doing visuals, the level design, both, and the coding as well. Yeah.
You've mentioned already what types of games you're willing to be developing, and you've touched a bit about your project, but like, what is this type of a game? Can you expand a bit more on the genre maybe, or how is it going to work?
You're asking specifically about the game, right?
Yeah. And another question here, how many of those games do you want to produce? Because the project that you're talking about sounds perfect in every way possible. So do you want to invest all of your effort into one game, or do you want to create several of them?
So in the technical side, we are actually creating a framework that will allow us to create same type of games. We are planning to make this a series, actually. We have lots of plans, and we are going to be looking at the feedback mostly. We would like to see if people are enjoying it or not, because as I said before, it's our main motivation is to see if the people are enjoying it or not.
Sure.
All right, so there's this very specific question that we should ask. And, well, imagine if you're in a situation that you need some kind of external help for your development. And what would be your advice as to how to find a very good outsourcer?
When outsourcing something, you first look at the portfolio of the people that you're outsourcing from. And if you like the portfolio, I think the next thing would be the communication between you and them. It is really important to see if they're understanding what you are willing to do and be a part of it. But most of the outsourcing companies doesn't necessarily feel like the project that they are contributing to is not belong to themselves. They're mostly doing what they have been asked to, providing it, and then leaving it as is. But I think a good outsourcing would be to have a interconnected communication. We would love to discuss what they are thinking on what we are asking. We would also like them to provide us feedbacks on multiple stuff, and that's probably it.
Right. So it's kind of two-way communication.
Yes.
Okay. And kind of value-adding advice, like not just helping with the external development itself, but also with some kind of expertise that an outsourcer can share with you.
Definitely, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think this is why we mentioned portfolio first.
Yeah.
Because you got to see what they worked on already, and then maybe this communication is going to be good. I've been beneficial for both sides.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right. Okay. And the next one is kind of tricky, and it's all over the news everywhere. What do you think about artificial intelligence?
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah. So I think this is the thing that everyone's been talking about, right?
Yeah.
So artificial intelligence, are you asking in general or in terms of game development?
Yeah, in terms of game development, can it replace humans in some processes? What do you think?
Well, the thing is, AI is currently is only a tool. There's a quote that I really like. It says, AI is a good servant but a bad master, because most of the developers
Which is probably good. I mean,
do not overdo it. We've seen those movies.
Yes, it is currently just only a tool, and people started to rely on it way too much, and it unexpectedly it actually slows down the process of developing. The development process is being slowed down by it if you overuse it. And as far as I see, people are just continuously abusing AI. They're trying to have it make their art, the audio, the sound effects, as you know, the ChatGPT is writing a lot of code as well for the developers. The thing is, though, when you get into more complex systems, it doesn't really help very much. You have to bypass it at some point. But in general terms, it has enormous potential, as far as I see. Like in I don't know what would happen in 10 years or something, because as you can imagine, in 200 years ago, if you were to told someone that we are going to cut out your heart and we are going to replace it with another, they would laugh at you and thought that you were crazy, right?
Yeah.
But in today, people are, I think, underestimating the speed of the progression. It's been going really fast, and I think in 10 to 20 years, it is not going to entirely replace until the AGI comes in. It's artificial general intelligence. It is basically AI that at least as being able to think as good as humans. Until the AGI, I think it is going to be helping developers a lot. It is going to increase the speed of the development process, and people are going to be able to do more games, basically.
Can I ask you something? You said like people are going to be able to do a lot of games. Do you think the market is going to get overflooded with it, like with the product? And are people going to still be interested in whatever the market offers, or?
It depends. It depends on the progression. If AI gets way too better, I can't even think how much better it can get. But if it gets way too good, it can provide anything. It can basically make art with games. So I'm not entirely sure, but we are going to see in the near future.
Yeah, I hope so. Another question here. Do you think you said that you want to create a perfect game for everyone? Do you think in like 5, 10, 20 years, let's say, we don't know yet, you're just going to type in the prompt to artificial intelligence, create a code for the perfect game for everyone?
A very good game.
Yeah, create a very good game or create a perfect one for everyone. Do you think it's going to be possible?
It is going to be possible in a sense, but defining good is something hard. As I said, when I was a child, I played Prince, right? That game is not good to probably 95% of the player base right now.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. It was the best game for me at that time.
Yeah.
The definition of good is going to change a lot. I think if AI can absorb the information from the player, him or herself, if it can understand the personality of the person and it can generate a game that is specifically for that person, it can be incredible. But for now, I don't think we have the information to say what's going to happen now.
I mean, imagine the amount of data you have to collect to do that. Even for like a small group of people, like let's say from 25 to 30 males. And then, the range is huge. Yeah, but thanks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Actually, I very much liked your idea that the current stage of AI makes it's basically slowing the development process and not speeding it up, which was actually like supposed to happen. Why is that?
Most of the people are not aware of the capabilities of the AI and humans. I think if you study enough, if you get good at something, you're going to eventually get what you need. If you love something, you naturally get better at it, and you are going to be better than the tools that we are using today. The AI right now is only something that can actually convince you that it is giving you something really good, but it is actually not good. So it is, as I said, a good servant but a bad master.
So it looks better than it is actually.
Yes, it can convince you that it is generating something really good, but in reality it is not, which makes you realize it afterwards, and then you're basically losing a lot of time in the process.
Yeah.
I would also like to talk a bit about this master servant paradigm. And my question is whether you have seen the Matrix movies or Terminator movies. And in this context, are you afraid of this AGI that is coming at us?
I am. Yeah. Yeah. It is something scary. The idea of, because we do not know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If AGI comes in, and let's say that it has a task, let's say that you have ordered save humanity.
Yeah,
then in the purpose of achieving that task, it's not gonna be very merciful, I should say. Yeah.
I mean, that is basically the script of Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Definitely.
This kind of artificial intelligence basically decided that humanity is like a threat.
Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, in Love, Death, Robots, you also have this episode about 3 cute robots.
Yeah.
Little ones. Have you watched this?
Absolutely.
This show
Very
from
nice,
Netflix. It's nice. Yeah, they erased humanity because there was no sense in keeping it.
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't think that it's going to happen in our lifetimes, though.
Okay.
God.
Very bright future there is waiting for us.
I also have another question. Do you use AI on a day-to-day basis? Does it help you anyway in your work? I mean, we're not touching your work, not talking about this, just, your personal experience.
So AI is, I do not really use Google that much anymore, to be fair. AI is helping me reach out the information a lot more than the other sources. And I do not use it in a daily basis, but it is really good at giving ideas. For the technical side of things, I believe when let's say that I'm trying to create an architecture for a system, right?
Yeah.
I'm taking the ideas from it and then synthesize it in my own way. It really helps me to generate things from different perspectives.
Yeah. So
or at least to get started.
Yeah.
Well, imagine you have an opportunity to be involved in any game development project in the world. What would be this project like that you would most enjoy?
Well, I think it would be. It is not something that is existing, but I think I would love to be involved in a project where it is made with augmented reality. Because I used to play a lot of board games as well, like D&D, and the thing is, I can't imagine how fun would it be if we could see the exact things that we are doing in the game. It would be really fun. Yeah.
I just imagined that, like, recently, 2 days ago, I played the Dune board game.
Oh.
And I mean, the universe is incredible, and I love the book and the books and the movies now. But yeah, just the movies are not exactly what I imagine in my own head. And if one day you would have a device or sort of a game that allows you to see how you want it to see it, how you want it to look like, and you play a board game with this, wow, yeah, completely mind blown now.
Yeah.
Yes. So, what do you guys think? Is AR or VR is more exciting?
Oh, that's a good choice. I mean,
yeah, I mean, numbers speaking, VR is more popular than AR.
Yeah, but
it's kind of not popular, AR. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's actually a very good question, but I don't know. I think that's actually AR is a bit more interesting. I mean, because you make when you're playing a VR game, then you are completely like you have more or less the same experience just as you have with a regular video game, because you understand that you are now playing a video game and you're like used to it. And if you are playing an AR game, then you're basically still in your own reality, and you're not like moving into some kind of other state, and you just you just have some elements that enrich your day-to-day ordinary reality.
Yeah.
And this concept is actually very fascinating for me.
Yeah. I have a very nice example of it. When I was like 9 or 10, still a schoolgirl, I had this Nokia phone. It was already pretty modern, like the colorful screen and stuff. And there was this game.
Did it have the snake game?
And yeah, I mean, the snake game was on my previous Nokia.
Oh.
So basically, this one had this game. It's like you eliminate a virus. So basically, it turns on your camera and you wave your phone around to see the virus molecules or whatever, and you like shoot it. And it's additional reality, and they had it back then. And it was so cool. We used to fight with my brother for the opportunity to play it for like 5 or 10 minutes. It was very nice. So yeah, for me, additional reality is cooler than virtual reality.
Underrated.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and this is a surprise for me that people like virtual reality better than AR.
And it's getting progressively better, right? And the graphics, the utilization of the VR headsets and etc. It feels kind of bad to me that the people are playing games to get away and stay away from the daily stress of life, right? Stress of the daily life. I'm not sure how good it would be to get them into more realistic games. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but the technology is getting progressively better. We're gonna see.
Yeah, that would probably solve some other need. I mean, if current games, like if modern games are helping people to get away with from their ordinary reality, then AR games would help them to do something else. But what exactly? I don't know.
You mean like they could stay in the reality and still get away from it?
Or... Yeah, which is kind of cool.
It is cool, but would people still choose that? Like, for instance, I want to get away from everything. I want to put on my headset or whatever. I want to be out.
Yeah, that is probably one of the reasons that AI is not as popular as VR. But I don't. I just think that we haven't yet discovered the true purpose of AR.
Yeah.
I mean, VR is kind of obvious because you get this very immersive experience, and for AR, we just don't know what it is for.
Maybe some like genres are better for AR. Like survival genre would be perfect for AR. Imagine you're looking at your own apartment and it's kind of ruined and you're like fighting off some monsters or whatever.
Hunting, I mean, Pokemon Go, for example, which was immensely popular several years ago.
You played it?
I actually haven't,
Yeah, I did. I played it and it was so cool. Emre, did you play it?
I did not, but I used to play a lot of D&D, and I can't imagine how good would it be if I could visualize the environment that I'm playing in. It's
you're basically looking at the board that is like 2D, and this has this grid, but you actually see in the creatures you actually see in the battles.
In one of the games that the dungeon master started the game with saying, you're in a dark forest, the night was also dark and the wind was blowing from the north, and then you can see it, imagine it.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think this is what we're going for. I mean, the whole industry, maybe, I don't know, but I hope so.
We'll see.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah, obviously, like we've touched this already a little bit, but what's your vision of the game industry in like 5 to 10 years? Not talking about AI maybe, but what game genres are going to be popular? What is it going to look like? What's going to be the audience? Like the tendencies that we see now, are they going to continue to be trending? What's going to happen?
So the community is growing up really fast. And in 5 to 10 years, the information is getting more and more. Like anyone these days can learn developing games through internet, and it's free. That's one of the most incredible things that I could imagine, and that's why I think in 5 to 10 years there is going to be a lot of indie developers making games. And
Speaking about recent events, is there a game that has made a significant impression on you recently?
I think I could say, I think it's going to be a bit cliche, but I think I'm going to say the Elden Ring. That game, yes, the Elden Ring is absolutely an art. It is not a game, it is an art. The story, the characters, the environment, the journey that you're taking in the game is absolutely flabbergasting. Yeah.
Are you looking forward to the DLC?
Yeah, me too, for sure. It is incredible. It's every single time that I'm looking at the game, I feel like that cannot even surprise me even more, right? I have seen already lots of things. Then I watched the DLC trailer, and oh my god, it's something incredible. Every single time they're managing to surprise me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Do you know the team who developed it?
I am not specifically familiar with the team, but I have seen their studio in one of their videos, but I'm not familiar with the team itself.
Right. It's just that I wanted to ask, which person would you like to hear getting interviewed from the game development industry? Maybe you know some names that like whose story fascinates you.
Well, there are a couple of names actually, but I would love to see, if possible, I would love to see John Carmack. I think I'm not sure if you know him, but he was the lead programmer when the Doom, Wolfenstein, and Quake was being developed, and the guy, from an engineer's perspective, the guy invented an algorithm called Carmack's reverse. I think it is. Today, it is allowing us to project shadows in the games. So, and the most interesting thing about him is after something like 20 years, he stopped making games and started his own company to develop AGI. And this guy is an absolute legend. His technical abilities are incredible, and I'm wondering what made him to make that decision. You can't easily stop doing what you were doing for 20 years, right? It's incredible. Yes.
Right. Noted.
Yep. Well.
Our next guest.
Okay. What advice would you give to a young person that is willing to become a game developer?
Oh boy. So most of the people are getting frustrated when they are not able to learn it fast. It is all about consistency, and it is all about will. If you love what you're doing, it doesn't matter, because you're gonna get better eventually. It's the consequence of laws of nature. If you love something, you are going to get better at it, and you are going to get what you're willing to get at the end. But specifically, if you're trying to develop games, you need to learn few things, right? You need to learn how to make art. You need to learn how to write code. You need to learn probably a game engine. So the thing is, I don't believe to learn from a video called How to Write Code. I believe the best way to learn game development is to make a project.
You learn by doing.
Yeah.
Yes, you need to find yourself a small project. Well, it's lots of the time it's the case that the people are start trying to build Elden Ring, and then they get frustrated. You need to find yourself a small project that you believe that you can actually build, and it has to be something that you love. You need to love to play the game that you're building. And then you start step by step. Firstly, you need to, let's say, you can go to internet and find out how to make a character move. Step by step to your requirements. You need to learn how to make a character move. Then you need to learn how to make combat mechanics. You need to learn how to create art in the simplest way, etc. Step by step, you are learning the process as well as the tools, and then that's the way. But you cannot learn anything from going through lots of tutorials. It's the worst thing that you can do to yourself. It's called the tutorial hell. People are just continuously watching tutorials but never making anything. Yeah, that's the best advice I can give. Do projects.
So the best way to get started is to actually get started. I mean, to start doing something.
Exactly.
Do you think you can make? Let's say I've developed a simple game, right? Do you think this step-by-step way is going to lead me to creating a AAA game at some point?
Yes, this is how it works. You first of all, you learn the basics, you learn the simplest things, and then you start, when there is nothing left to learn, you start wondering how this game engine is working. And then you start to think about the things that's going in the backstage of these tools that you're using. And then you can, with the help of other things, you can start your own AAA project, or you can contribute to a AAA project, because AAA projects are not possible to make with a single person or a small team.
Yeah,
it usually takes a small army of engineers to make one.
You can just do it gradually. Before creating a AAA project, you create a double A project, and before that an indie project, an A project, and something.
Yeah.
Something like that. All right, good, thank you. So we've basically covered everything that was planned for tonight. So do you have anything else, perhaps, to discuss?
Well, what do you think? I do not know. What is the perspective from a non-developer, what do you think is the most challenging part of the development? From a
the most challenging,
from a non-developer perspective, what do you think is the most challenging part of the process?
I mean, from my perspective, I mean, probably the most challenging is not to run out of money before the project is finalized.
Yeah, you have to be very good at planning, I think.
I mean, you have to have the resources needed for that, and money is the primary resource.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, before you can actually get funding for your game, you already have to come up with something, whether it's a prototype, a demo, or whatever. And this is like the hard part because you have an idea, right? You're burning with it. It's the best idea in the world, and this is how you see it. But you have to explain to other people why is it that, and you need to learn the market, and you need to learn the competitors, and you need to go through all of that stuff before you actually go somewhere with a piece of paper with some drawn stuff on it, and be like, yeah, this is gonna be the coolest game in the world, and everybody's like, how? What's your like unique proposition? What is it?
You need to be ready to explain that.
Obviously. And you need to be ready to defend your project. You need to be ready for criticism. And this is the hardest part for me.
Fair enough. It sounds pretty accurate, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you gone through these stages already, or?
Well, the thing is, I did not get a negative feedback so far with our project. The idea itself good, but the most important part is the execution of it.
Yeah.
The people are looking forward to see it, but the thing is, we are not willing to. If we are not satisfied with the product ourselves, we cannot release it. As I said, the main thing for us is the player enjoyment. If we are not enjoying it ourselves, we are not satisfied with the product, and therefore we wouldn't release it. But we would revise it until it is good enough for us and our players. Yeah.
Right, but do you think this revising process, how long should it take? Because I mean, practice makes perfect, and you have to strive to the perfection to be very good, but there is no limit to it. And basically, yeah, you got to stop at some moment. How do you think you will understand that that is it?
When the game is good enough.
Yeah.
So, revising process has multiple methods. First of all, you can early access the game, and you can release it and update it afterwards. And if you're satisfied with the feedback that you're taking from the players, because players are actually giving good feedback, because as the developers, we are not able to see the negative sides of the game mostly, right? But the players are giving good feedback, and if we believe that the feedback that we are getting is mostly like 90 to 95% positive, then we can basically say that it's done.
Right. Yeah, seems like a solid way to check on it. Yeah. Okay. Right.
So good. This is probably the point that we need to address our audience, to ask everyone to subscribe and follow us on all platforms and leave the comments. And what else?
Just enjoy your time.
Basically, yes.
Yes. Save us the development.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Emre, for joining us tonight.
Thank you. It was a really enjoyable experience for me. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and good luck with your project.
Yeah. Let's keep in touch. Yeah. This is what I say. We're still there.
Right.
Okay. Bye-bye. Right. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.